In this video, we're going to be checking out tons of exclusive leaks for the Forge Winter Expansion update coming this upcoming week. This is actually going to be the first big update we get in the game. We have actually not received an update other than events and such for quite some time now. And oh boy, is there a ton of leaks. So all I ask for you guys is please subscribe and let's get right into it. First things first, literally 23 minutes ago, the developers posted this winter expansion, and at the moment, it just says question mark. This is obviously the update that has been anticipated ever since the game released. It's also a part of the Christmas update for the game, because currently in the game right now, we were just given the 2 first worlds, but this is going to be World 3. Now, when the developers actually announced this in the Discord, they also had something to say about it. As you guys can see, they said that the winter expansion part 1, so there's going to be multiple parts to this, and then they said the Forge is expanding with the winter island, and the page is now available. Click notify me to get notified, blah blah blah. Prepare for icy islands or icy lands, new challenges, and exclusive content. And obviously, we're not going to just leave it there. We actually know what most of this exclusive content is probably going to be, or at least some of the stuff we are guaranteed to expect. As we all know by now, in order to actually get to the world that we're currently at, you had to get through the portal, right? From the first world to the second world, you have to cross this portal, which, as you can see, there is actually a quest for it. And it was won by completing the quest End of the Beginning and then reaching level 10. For this update, you can expect the exact same thing when it comes to actually going to World 3, which will probably just literally be right down here. You will have to probably complete some quest lines, reach a certain level, and maybe even have a certain amount of cash. And we're actually going to go more into detail on that later in this video. Now, in case you haven't actually seen what this winter island looks like, don't worry, we got a lot of leaks to show you. One of the first leaks we actually got was this screenshot right here. As you can see, unlike the current world we have, this area is actually more so of an open town, at least for this part. And this was actually the first ever screenshot we received. That's probably the one you have seen. However, there is a bunch that you may have not. A few weeks ago, when the game first originally released, the developers actually posted a video on TikTok with a armor set that we have not seen in the game ever. It was this post right here, and as you can see, it is by Fire Attack. This is his official TikTok, and if I play this video, you can see this is an armor set that is literally not in the game. You cannot possibly obtain a hat like this. Currently, the best thing you can get is an armor set like the one I'm currently wearing, but as you can tell, this armor set, although it looks amazing, don't get me wrong, you can obviously tell this is probably not going to be the best thing in this new update. There's definitely going to be better armor sets, and some of those might be locked behind World 3 specifically, because I can't imagine them actually just adding more armor sets to this. Like, imagine having to put in like 90 of these myth rolls just to get like a heavy chest plate. Wait, I didn't know you could actually see the ores flying out. Oops, I auto-clicked into it way too fast, bro. But in the TikTok, you can also see this background they have going on. Now, I don't know if that is any type of leak, but it looks like this is a tent with a campfire down here. I actually went ahead and searched around basically the entirety of World 2 because I knew this couldn't be World 1. And I was looking, and the only best thing I could find was this right here by the Goblin Cave. And it actually doesn't even have the tent. So unless this was a temporary thing the developers made, you know, for this specific league, it might be in World 3, and that's just a random prediction, not that you can really tell anything. But after this leak, the developers went ahead and ramped it up very fast. One of the next sneak peeks we got once again very early into the game's release was this thing, and you can actually see 2 things from this leak that personally I have never seen before. One, you have this walking animation for an entire spear, and as you can see, it's looking somewhat of a wintry spear. But next to that spear, you also have a mace, which I don't think this actually exists in the game. Like, unless I'm tripping, bro, I have never actually made a mace inside this game. Like, looking at the index, forge, yeah, none of these things look like a mace, bro. So that's also definitely not in the game. But here is also the first enemy leak we got. It is actually this giant spider, and this was actually leaked a bit earlier on into development where it wasn't like fully textured and stuff. It was this guy right here. As you can see, it was in black and white. And now remember, this right here is actually an early development picture. If you remember a few minutes ago, I showed you guys an armor set that's actually not in the game yet. Well, what if I told you that that specific armor set was also leaked a while ago and it was actually shown completely? And this was all before the game had even released. I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but there was this armor set leaked within one of the updates, or like very early release into the game, or maybe even before. But as you can see, this thing looks sick, bro. It's like an entire like wolf or like tribal dude. I don't even know what this is. These are armor sets that might not even be in World 3, but considering the fact they've been leaked for a while now, there's a very good chance they're gonna add them into the game. And the armor sets don't necessarily have to be winter themed. Keep in mind, obviously, it's going to look different depending on what you put in, because every armor set inside the game looks different. For example, I got a light-eye helmet over here, but then I also have an Ior helmet. It looks completely different. This is also technically another leak we had. There was another version of this armor type. However, as you can see, this one seems to be like the lighter version. So I really think for this upcoming world that we're getting here, it's probably going to actually have things that are not going to be craftable inside of these current worlds. For example, right now you can make light, heavy, and all that stuff, and you can get a Dark Knight chest plate as your best thing. With the next update, there's a good chance that a Dark Knight chest plate isn't actually even obtainable in World 3, or it might even be just like one of the lower tiers, who knows. And the reason why I say that is because for the developers to implement something like that, that means they would have to consider every single new ore being added to the game and make a color variant for it based on the old outfits, which basically means they would have to do tons of work, and I really hope they're not doing that, because bro, if this is the reason why this update is taking 4 weeks to come out, I'm gonna be a little bit upset. I'm not gonna lie. I should also mention Fire Attack also leaked this new spear, and as you can see, this thing looks so cool, man. For spears coming inside the game, I would imagine they have more of a range than like things like gauntlets and maybe even katanas. Like a katana is pretty long, but I feel like a spear is literally meant to be for very long range, and it's going to allow you to fight enemies from much further. And with this winter world, obviously we got new enemies. This goblin looking dude seems to be like one of the first ones. I feel like he's going to be one of the worst as well, but man, he just looks so cool, bro. I'm genuinely so excited for this upcoming update. I hope y'all are too. And y'all definitely want to make sure you're subscribed, because all these leaks I'm showing you, I'll be the first one to play it, and I'll make sure to get a video on every single one of the best things that you need to know. Then we have a brand new image of the entire update. Bro, can you stop disturbing me? I'm trying to record a video, Skeleton Rogue. But Fire Attack went on ahead and leaked this picture right here. And oh my gosh, this map is massive. First things first, looking close, you can see that there is a Christmas tree. This is obviously probably something temporary, but there's also a boat that I'm assuming that's like where you actually spawn. And over here, it looks like we have some sort of plaza, because you can see some buildings over here. You see like the arrow signs, which are actually currently in the game. These arrows, I believe, basically direct you into the cave and stuff like that. Like if I go outside this cave, I'm pretty sure there's some arrows. Yeah, like there's this guy right there, and then if you go further down, there's more. I just don't know where. Oh yeah, right here, there is an arrow. But since this is also a Christmas update as well as a permanent world, you can actually expect some of the things in this update to be limited time, meaning you only have a certain period of time in order to obtain them before they're actually gone from the game. So you definitely want to make sure you're grinding. And oh my god, this is the Galaxite ore, by the way, in case you didn't know. This ore is actually not even in the game yet. However, we do have a bit to talk about that in this video too. With this update and world, you can also expect something that's, I would argue, is pretty bad, because with this update, we're actually gonna get more races into the game. With this update, we can expect some brand new races coming into the game, and we can expect stuff to be actually better than Angel or Demon. I hope the percentages on them are like the same, bro, because 0.5 is already pretty low and it is expensive to purchase with Robux, and the only way to get it for free is literally through codes. And talking about it, I did mention in my last video that I'm going to be giving away 10 rerolls to like 2 people for free. All you literally have to do is just subscribe and comment down below your username when I release my update video. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot more rerolls coming into my inventory because I need the new classes. But the next leak the developers released is actually very weird, because this one I genuinely have no idea what it means. It was this video right here of one of the areas in the game, and by the looks of it, this doesn't really seem like it would be in the winter world. However, you can see that there is weird symbols all across the side, and there is some very weird looking structure right here. I have no idea what this is. When the devs posted this, they actually posted this message alongside it too, and I actually went ahead and decrypted this because you have to convert it into Morse code and then decrypt the Morse code, and all it literally says is heart. Today we actually found out what heart means as well, and it's for this weekend's event, the extra luck boost that they're doing right before the updates. As you can see, use the code HEART at this weekend for 10 free rerolls. So make sure, if you guys are watching this video right now, come into the game tomorrow and literally just press the gear icon over here, scroll all the way down and type in heart all caps. This will give you 10 free rerolls when it's available. And I would actually save these rerolls until the update comes out, because I guarantee you there's going to be more races. The developers have actually already confirmed it. The word heart, though, other than like them saying they love the players, doesn't actually mean too much. So there is a good chance it still has to do with that, you know, weird looking leak that we just don't know about right now. And then that leak I showed you guys earlier of one of the armors, Fire Attack himself, and went ahead and also leaked this. He actually leaked it just now, but as you can see, this is Fire Attack in like a fish outfit. But most importantly, the thing over here is the armor set. And oh my gosh, this looks so good, bro. I actually cannot wait to get my hands on this armor set. In my opinion, that's by far the best looking one inside the game, but obviously that's expected considering it's World 3. With this update, we can also expect a massive continuation of the game's storyline. Currently in the game, if you talk to any of the NPCs, like this Henry dude, fresh welcome to Cameroon. Who exactly are you? I am none other than Henry the Great, blah blah blah. Protecting who? And then he says, soulless creatures from the depths, rising each moment our eyes look away. See, so you are right when you say what. And then this guy is just basically gonna rap or yap, and he's gonna say, how did you even know, blah blah blah. Bro, okay, I don't want to talk to you, bro, bye. There's basically a whole storyline going into the game right now, and there's also this map on the board, which actually shows you the entirety of the current game that we're at. This is actually the current island inside of the game. Castle Seattle is this entire area that is now a cave. And they basically just talk about a lot of stuff happened. These people went in the cave, they died, and then blah, 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 blah. The storyline is definitely not interesting, but as it develops, I think it could turn into something. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was this Galaxite ore. You have probably seen this all across YouTube. There is all of these videos telling you that the Galaxite ore is in the game. However, unless they were given it from the developers, this thing is actually not obtainable at the moment. However, we do have some leaks as to what it would look like, because it's very likely, once again, this is going to be like the next very rare thing coming in the next update. I mean, the developers wouldn't just throw this thing down in the corner for no reason. Before the game release, the devs leaked this 4 different types of outfits in the game, one of which we actually haven't received yet, and then another one which we have received, but it's with the Galaxite, armor set. This one right here, as you can see, it looks like some Tsushima type of thing with this little hat. So this is definitely something you can expect to come inside the next update for sure. But then you also have the Galaxite one, which they would have not made this unless it's eventually coming into the game, man. And oh my gosh, it looks so cool. I can only imagine making like a full armor set with the next like few things that are coming in the game, the next armor sets in World 3. So it's going to be very interesting to see all of this come together. But obviously this update is going to be coming on Christmas, December 25th, and currently it's going to be a weekend of just extra luck boost until then. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys this. This is probably going to be one of the bosses we get in the game, because as you can see, this guy looks insane, man. I mean, he's just pumping his chest. I feel like the developers are going to have some cinematic scenes for this, because they have actually talked about that. Right here, they actually, somebody was questioning, will there be intros to boss fights and cutscenes for devs? They said, yes, bosses will have cutscenes / intros. As for devs, nothing can be said for that right now. You're probably wondering what even is a boss, because in case you don't know, we actually don't have one in the game. Bosses are also their own achievement right here, Boss Hunter, and this is probably going to be some sort of dungeon system, or like just an entire thing where you're going to have to go in with players to combat these guys, because without a doubt, they're not going to be easy, and they have just not been in the game yet. Who knows? World 3 could introduce them. However, we haven't actually been guaranteed that just yet. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hurry up and watch this video on the screen right here. Make sure you subscribe for my next ones, because you definitely do not want to miss them. But until then, hurry and click this video. This video is about to end. Until then, bye!